Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel again. My name is Lupita, and today we're going to be talking about time management. So my three main tips that we're going to be discussing today is time blocking, support, and goal setting. These are the three things that I found most valuable during the times that I started studying for my real estate exam, and even as now we run real estate businesses. So we really have to learn how to manage our time in a way where we're being the most productive and the most efficient to get everything done within a specific period. So when I started to study for my real estate exam, I actually just had a newborn. So you can just imagine how much time that took. And I had just started taking the classes. I was licensed in the beginning of 2021, and so I had a lot on my plate during that time. So these things really were beneficial to me, and hopefully for anyone who's having issues with time management or just not getting things completed and procrastinating, hopefully these tips will help you to progress. During this time, I just had a newborn, so time blocking was very beneficial to me because it's really just a schedule. So you're gonna have a 9 to 5 schedule for every day, Monday to Friday, whatever days you decide to work on, and you're gonna schedule time that you're gonna complete each thing or each specific task at a certain period. So obviously you guys know that if it's not on a schedule, it's very hard to either remember what you're gonna do or even do it at all. The day can go like that, especially when you just had a baby. And so if I didn't manage that into my schedule or had like things in place to be able to complete certain things, then it just wasn't getting done. So at first when I started taking my real estate classes, I'm having an issue because my baby was pretty young. But as soon as I started seeing that if I managed, I took 2 classes in 1 week. So my classes generally started at 6 and ended at 8 or 9, depending on how many chapters we're doing that night. So after 9, I didn't go to sleep. After class was over, I went over my notes. I did my study notes, and then I also if I could go through like a review video, which I would do for every chapter. And then additionally to that, when I was around and just doing like errands and I didn't have my baby with me, then I would just be reviewing those notes. Time blocking can really be beneficial in order for you to have everything scheduled beforehand. Try to do it maybe like on Sunday night or Monday morning, so that way your whole week is planned out. Second tip is support. Now, I am a type of person that has a very hard time accepting help from others. It's been an issue of mine for a really long time. I don't know why, but it's just always been. So getting help from others was not the easiest task for me. I had to ask my husband for a lot of help because obviously at that time the baby was still young, so she was still eating every 3 to 4 hours. But I was lucky enough to have a husband that actually was supporting me at this time and supports me even now. And so he had 2 days where if I took classes, he was basically taking care of the baby. And then once I finished and I was actually taking the test, we made like a schedule where I would let him know what days I needed to study, what days he would have to put on more with the baby. And then additionally to that, we were very grateful that his parents actually was able to come and help us too. But his parents don't live far from us and so we had to obviously also have some sort of schedule with them and have every day just it's different with them. But if they couldn't do it, then my husband would do it. Now, my husband was working at this time also. He wasn't working full-time because of COVID, but he was working part-time. When he was working part-time, the days that he would go to work, and even now, the days that he goes to work, I usually sleep late with the baby. And then the days that he doesn't go to work, then I will study maybe an additional couple of hours, and then I'll go to sleep late. Now, I'm not saying that you don't need to sleep a lot. Obviously, I can't say that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional. But yeah, I was a little sleep deprived. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't have a lot of sleep during these times, and I mean, it's just some sacrifices you have to do. Third tip. Now my third tip is goal setting. And now I know that a lot of people feel like maybe this is just an additional step that's unnecessary because it's officially not work related, but technically it is. So I didn't really understand the importance of goals, but they work. If you have a goal and it's written down somewhere, or you just have it like on a note on your phone or something, it changes your mindset to remember the importance of you reaching that goal and hopefully getting a little bit closer and closer every day. I did this even before I took my real estate exam. I did this in college, which is where I learned it from a teacher. And basically, before you take any of your classes, they give you like a 101 about the school, and then also it's really just goal setting. And so they make you write down a goal, they make you print out the sheet and keep that sheet for basically your whole school time. And then when it gets hard, just knowing that you're getting so much closer to that goal gives you a little push that you might need, especially when you're taking the real estate exam. Because like I said in my previous video, if you haven't seen that, I'll link it somewhere in the video. But like I said in my previous video, you know, sometimes you're not going to pass your first time. Hopefully you do, especially if you saw my first video. But if you don't, you're not going to, if you don't pass the first time, it's going to be hard if you don't have somewhere you're like, your mind's going. You're thinking about, you know, yeah, I didn't pass this time, but I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep attempting to reach that goal. Goal setting is very, very crucial. And I hope that if anything out of this whole video, you do this, because this actually will bend your mind into understanding why and what you're doing and what you're going after. This is actually a bonus tip that I just included on the video. But so the bonus tip is you need to write down the reason why you're doing this. Now I know this is kind of what I just said with goal setting, but this is actually the reason why. It has to be something emotional, personalized to you. Something, because obviously a goal can be like, oh, I'm going to pass my real estate exam, for example, or I'm going to sell 3 houses this month. But the reason why is actually something emotional. Now, personally, my reason why is because I just had a baby. I had a daughter, and I want to help my husband provide for her in a way where I can spend time with her, but I also have time to work on myself and help myself grow. And I took this avenue because I thought that this was a good way to begin that. So you really need to understand the reason why you're doing it. You're not going to go far if you don't. Honestly, sometimes people think that a lot of it is the technical or like the knowledge of how smart you are, and that's how you're going to reach, you know, high levels of success. And it's true to a certain extent. But if you don't have your mind right and you don't have a reason why, when it gets hard, you're going to give up. You're not going to have a reason to keep going. So I suggest to you is to really go meditate and really find out why you're doing it and write it down. Just remind yourself, put it on like a blackboard, wherever you have that you see every day. And this will push you to the point where you're going to have to get it. You're going to be hungry for it. You're not going to have to keep reminding yourself why you're doing this, why you're tired, why you haven't slept in like 10 hours. Because it gets to that point sometimes. And, you know, I wouldn't want you guys to do all this work to end up literally maybe like a day before your test, but because you don't know why you're doing this, you just give up. Because that's just waste of time, and no offense, but like waste of your time and your money. And this is why I'm here, because I don't want that for you. There are sometimes inner issues deeper than that, but of course that would be too long to go into. The bottom line is that you really need to understand why you're doing this, and hopefully that will help you finish and achieve what you want to do. For me specifically, I have a hard time doing things when people are not doing it with me. So I'm more of a visual person sometimes, and so if I can read it and understand it, but if I can see it, sometimes that just stays more with me. I'm actually gonna include a voiceover again like last video, and I'm gonna show you how to do a time schedule on an Excel sheet. Now this is obviously something you can Google, you can get it anywhere, but I'm going to be doing it with you guys because I want you guys to do this. And obviously I know that if somebody doesn't do it with me, I just will put it down and sometimes forget and not do it. So what I want to do is do it with you. So at the end of the video, I'm going to be doing a schedule with you guys. Now, I'm going to have a preset schedule. If you want it, just email me. I'll have the links down below. My email address is down below. And I will just send you the pre-made one. But if not, stick around and do the schedule with me. Make it all pretty or however you want it. Whatever colors are going to be most eye-catching to you. Because I realized also that if something looks nice to you, or you're just more excited to go and do it. So we're going to do it together, and hopefully you stay for that because I really want you to start doing the time blocking. Time blocking is crucial, and this will be super helpful, especially in your real estate careers. Thank you again for being here, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. So today we're going to do a weekly schedule planner. I might do just a day. I don't know. It depends how it works out. But so obviously you know how to come to Excel, and you're gonna click into new, and you're gonna do a blank workbook. However, I do want to say that here you can search for online templates. So actually you can actually find a pre-made one and just change the colors, make it however you want. And there's one here with calendars, and this one goes to calendars. Some of them go by day, by month, whatever you feel like. And then also they go from specific things, like if you have Facebook, I think there's a Facebook one here, and student calendar, social media platform, Facebook yearly overview. So there's a little different there's a lot of different templates that you can go through, but this is actually the one that I have. It's pre-made. Now, if you want this specific template, you can send me an email and I can send that to you. But this template actually is a little more expansive. So it'll include weekly objectives, to-do lists, and deadlines this week. And then here we'll have the week that you're like using it for. But for today's class, we're going to do our own sheet. So here first, what I usually do is I rename this one, and I'm just gonna put example planner sheet, because that's what I want it to be called. And then usually, because I like to have something like this, and then I will merge and center, I'm gonna put weekly planner. And now whatever you want to do to it, but I'm going to put this in the middle of that. Might turn that pink. And then the letters, I'm going to create a different font like that one, and then increase the size, which I like this one. Yeah, that one. So here what I'm going to do is put the days. So let's say I want Monday to be 2, so we merge and center and put, oh, hold on, before I do that, I have to do actually time here. So time, and then here we can put Monday, Tuesday, and see if I put these things together, and then I just go like this, should give me the rest of the days. So there you go. Easier for me. Now you see how this is really big. So what I'm gonna do is unmerge, and let's see, we're going to just use this. We're gonna go into Format Painter, and see, it'll go back to that. So just because I don't like how that looks, what I'm gonna do is format painter this here, and then go back here, and then unform that, go into this, merge and center, and then there we go. I just like it because it just looks better. But you could do it however you want. Those are just some tips and things that you can do so you don't have to like stay here forever trying to figure those things out. So time, obviously I'll do 9 a.m. depending on wherever your start time is going to be to 10 a.m. and then that's what I'm going to do. So we are both writing it down right now. So this way you have something to start with. Obviously you can expand on this. I have one online, but I also have one that I write out. Like I told you, I'm a visual person. So, I mean, I have one that's here because it's simple. But if you would like, and once your schedule gets really crazy, you can have one of those very advanced planners. But for now, you know, you don't want to really waste too much money doing all that. So this is just something simple that you can do for now until you start making that money, and then, you know, really you can do whatever you want. You can keep this. You don't have to. That's fine. I mean, see, that happened because I highlighted the whole thing. So I'm just going to highlight this and go and see. Yeah, that, I mean, you know, yeah, I like this one. Okay. And then I'm going to change this because I said it has to be personalized to you. You have to like it. Because if you don't like it, you're not really going to use it. That's what I've noticed sometimes when I do these things. Like, I just don't use it. I'm just like, whatever. And so see, there we go. Now, if you want to expand this, you can do that, you know. And sometimes, you know how this doesn't really have like a dividing line. So what I'm gonna do is just do that. See? And so if I do that, it gives them that dividing line. So it looks better. I can read it better, and then I'll do that here too. Oh, sorry, not this. This. And you're just putting borders, all borders. So it looks nicer. Okay, so now here, what I would do is expand these also because you're gonna have a couple of things that you have to do. And there we go. Now let's save that. And to already have here your weekly schedule planner. DL. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, usually I have a class for a specific state, New Jersey. So that usually goes here, New Jersey State meeting. And that's always every Tuesday and Thursday. So I basically just leave that here because I know it's from 9 to 10. And if I wanted to again change the, oh, that's nice, but I don't know if it's, you know. And then, like I said, just use a format painter because if you're doing the same thing, why not? Usually I'll go to the gym if I do go to the gym Monday around. Now, don't think that I go to the gym every day because I really don't. It depends on what I'm doing, especially when you start. Like if you get listing appointments or if you make phone calls, you want to try to keep a consistent schedule, but maybe it's just not going to work for you because every day is just different. So, see? And if you highlight it, it's basically the same thing. And I don't know, for me, this is pretty. I know that I'm going to try to follow this and, the best I can. And it just looks nice to me. It just nice. So hopefully you liked this. If you did, please leave comments down below so I can keep making more of these. I honestly like doing these overviews because, like I said, I love when people actually do things with me because then I get to do them. I visually can do them and then I don't have to do it myself because sometimes I'm just, sometimes you just need someone to make you accountable, and hopefully that's what happens. So I hope you guys like this overview and I will see you next week. Bye guys.